What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Batman.
know.
I changed my Batman. I'm this one now. He's cool.
Oh, sure.
I can explode this wall.
So sorry for my sheer salt last time, guys.
Will hates fun.
True.
Confirmed.
So, I learned an interesting story this morning.
Yeah?
So apparently, a group of Democrats and Rand Paul went wandering through the White House attempting to find the new Obamacare replacement bill. Because apparently the Republicans were keeping it in a locked room
Interesting.
somewhere. And so they went on this quest to try to find it.
So,
For very different reasons, but they work together.
that's cool. So, I have to get the Batmobile over here before I can do anything.
Nice. So, Democrats, Rand Paul had the most motivations. He both wanted to show it to the public because he thinks every bill should be shown to the public.
That's fair. That's...
And he also thought that it wouldn't repeal Obamacare enough.
Yeah.
He just hates federal health care.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I would say that's fair, but it's not. That's stupid, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it agrees with his political ideologies.
Yeah.
He thought it would just be Obamacare light.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It probably would be, because they don't have any
Whereas the
ideas.
Democrats wanted to know what they were up against and wanted to be like, we can't repeal Obamacare.
Oh, that's how you do an environment takedown. I've been trying to figure that out for, like, forever.
Oh, nice.
So I learned it. Anyway, continue.
And they found the room, but they weren't allowed to get the bill. Apparently, Rand Paul was, in fact, wheeling a photocopier around with him. So he would be prepared to copy it at any time.
That's pretty interesting.
That's what I would.
Why not just take a picture?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have a phone.
I don't think so. He just wanted to make photocopy, or he wanted to like scan it in so he could send it out online.
Mm-hmm.
And look more official. And then he just wanted a copy.
Okay, so I opened the gate.
But they found the room and they found it, but they wouldn't let them have it.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
So now we switch
So
to
I think we should actually make a heist movie out of this.
Yeah.
Also, I like how Rand Paul has devolved to just having his own motivations for everything, irregardless of party lines.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's never really cared.
Yeah, it's kind of art.
He was just, I mean, he's only a Republican.
Sweet ramp jump!
Dude, into the car during the ramp jump.
Dude,
Are
that
you
should have
kidding
been a
me?
quick time event.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, actually, though.
Yeah, actually, like, you legit think it should have been a QTE. Forgot I had a Vulcan
Yeah,
gun.
just because it's like, that's such an obvious thing where it's just like, press A at the right time to get in. And it would be annoying, but it should just be some interaction.
This game's
you know?
got quick time events, but they're usually pretty... You know when they're coming. Like, you activate the quick time event, essentially. So,
I think it literally should have been press A at any time during the sequence and you succeed, but...
Yeah, I get that.
It just seems so much like there should be one there. Even though they're generally not that great.
Yeah. QuickTime events are an interesting concept, but they have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And the issue mostly is that when something's a cutscene, you really... I mean, people put down the controller and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it can be really hard to pull them off well, because it kind of makes people feel not at ease when they're playing your game. And that's not really a good feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty decent at Batman fighting. By that I mean I mash the X button a lot, so I'm not great at it.
So have I ever talked about how I think the Xbox 360 controller is the pinnacle of controllers?
Yeah, most people think that because it's true. Well,
Yeah.
it's not true anymore because the Xbox One controller is just a little bit better.
Yeah.
But yes, the Xbox 360 controller is probably one of the greatest inventions of the last century.
Like, I don't play Xbox games. I grew up on Nintendo and shit, right?
Nintendo's controllers are
I grew
trash.
up. I played N64 with an N64 controller. All right, I still have flashbacks. I think another great controller is the SNES controller. Because it just fucking works for every game if the controls are right. Like, for SNES games, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great controller for the console. And I really like the GameCube controller, but if I have to be honest, it's just kind of a worse version of the Xbox 360 controller. Even though I believe it came first.
Well, it did, because the GameCube came
so
out
that was
in, like,
fucking
2000.
Yeah, Christ, I always forget that.
But I think the GameCube controller is at the same level as the original Xbox controller. It's kind of hard to.
I'd say
they're just different.
Feels a little nicer in your hands.
They're just different prototypes of a 360
Yeah.
controller, so it's kind of hard to.
Like, I think the GameCube controller just feels really nice in your hands.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the Xbox controller just feels a little off to me.
I hate that it's got one bumper. That annoys me so much.
Oh, the GameCube controller?
Yeah,
It's just
hate the
because
Z
Nintendo
button.
games don't use... It feels natural to me. I'm just used to it, you know?
Oh, you know what we can talk about? I
What?
read a story. It's kind of relevant. Breath of the Wild's coming out.
I kind of like this controller conversation.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's milk the most out of all of our conversations, dude.
Yeah.
Don't cut it short. We don't got that much commentary.
That's true.
I could totally get that frustration if you're used to having to.
Yeah, but like the original Xbox didn't have them, and that's one of its biggest downfalls.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It had black and white buttons, which were annoying, and that's why they changed them. But
What were the black and white buttons?
they were like here.
Oh yeah, those are crap.
Yeah. The only game I know that made really good use of them was like Halo, because they were mapped to like flashlight and something else, where it's like I'm gonna
You
stop
just tap
anyway.
it on and then,
Yeah, it's like such an unimportant thing.
Yeah, I remember using them in Halo for that. But
It's
like,
not.
it just seemed like such a... I would have so much rather had them be bumpers.
Dude, yeah.
Or triggers.
It's kind of weird how consoles have. It's become like this console wins and this console doesn't.
Yeah.
Cause, I mean I guess that used to be true. Like, Genesis was for nerds.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But like in the PS2, Xbox, GameCube era, they were all just really good. Like, no matter what you had, you were probably gonna be like doing pretty well. Because the PS2 just had an insane number of games. And they were all pretty good.
I've never been the hugest fan of PlayStation controllers.
Yeah, they're kind of trash. The new one's good. The PS4 controllers.
Yeah, they're just a little too rectangular for me. You
Yeah, they also do a stupid thing with the thumbsticks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the Xbox had like some great. I mean, it had Halo.
Yeah, I think that's the important one.
Halo is pretty good. I like it.
It's quite great.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you played Halo.
Yes. It'd be a pretty rare one with that.
And the GameCube did terribly, but it had a lot of really good games.
Yeah, I mean, it did pretty good in Japan.
Yeah, but it did not do well here.
No.
Which is weird, because, like, it had 2 Zeldas.
Yeah.
And a Mario.
Yeah, but it is everyone's least favorite Mario.
Yeah, it's good. It's okay.
It's one of the best ones. Sunshine?
It's alright. It's okay.
quite good.
It's a Space Jam. Oh, this guy's dead, too. So this Batman is really interesting because it kind of mixes up the conventions of some of the other Arkham games. Like, in this mission, you go to save a bunch of people, and you just don't get there in time. They're just all fucking dead.
Oh, nice.
And it's like, that's interesting, because usually you just save them.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool that you can not. Anyway, back to something interesting that's not this game. And then when the 360 came around, it was pretty obvious that that was like what you should be playing on.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of the same meme, but with the PS4, where it's like, if you play on Xbox, you're a dumb.
dude.
Which sucks, because I really like Xbox IPs, but the Xbox One's kind of a mess.
IPs?
Like, I like Halo, and I like... what else do they have? I don't even like Gears.
Exclusive games?
Yeah, I don't even like Gears.
What are they called IPs?
It's... it stands for something.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure that out, but I can't figure it out.
Dude, I don't know.
Interperson, I don't know.
It's just the name for a fucking
exclusive
game series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Gears, but I guess it's good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like really great Xbox games, but you have to play. Oh, Sunset Overdrive is pretty good.
Oh, it is, yeah, for sure.
But it's like, but you have to play on the Xbox One, and it kind of sucks. Like, I just prefer playing on a 360.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. But from what I've heard, the PS4 is really good, and that's where all the games are now, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's your Metal Gear dropped on, right?
Metal Gear is kind of weird. Because they re-release a lot. They re-release all those games. So it's been on both.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't originally on PS.
Yeah, it was
That's
for
the one in
PS1.
Japan.
But then they re-released that for Xbox 360? But, like, only 360 or something? It was something weird. It was not... Oh, that was on GameCube, too, I guess.
Yeah. And you have the whole Wii U meme.
Yeah, Wii U's... It's so shitty, because Wii U's, like, legit got some good games.
I mean, it's a good console.
It's just, like, no one played it. No
Yeah.
one bought it. And it's because you don't want to pay $200 to play Mario in Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
Because no one developed anything.
It's kind of like...
Oh, I saved
The
this
Pro
guy.
Controller's nice, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't use the gamepad.
Really?
Yeah, it just does not work for me. It's
I think...
too big.
I like the idea that... Like, the concept of... Oh, you're playing Mario on a TV and someone else comes to use the TV and you can just start playing it on the gamepad.
Yeah.
That's really cool, and obviously that's how
For
the
that
Switch was
purpose-
inspired.
For that purpose, obviously, I like it. But
But,
like,
yeah, I
sometimes
can understand.
It forces you to use it as a controller.
Yeah. But yeah, it just didn't have a lot of games.
No.
There's Wind Waker HD.
Yeah, do you even have a Sword Law? Skyward? Or was that just Wii?
Do I have the Sword Law?
No, did it have a Sword Law?
Oh, no. Skyward Sword was on the Wii.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, that's our discussion of
But
controllers
speaking
and consoles.
about Zordlo,
yeah.
Breath of the Wild's coming out tomorrow, or like 3 months ago by the time you're watching this.
Oh, yeah. Seriously.
But everyone's putting out the reviews, and everyone's giving it 10s. It has like a 98% on Metacritic out of like 70 reviewers. And I read a review, and it sounds like the game actually is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got a problem, and that problem is that people are giving it a 10 despite the fact that it has faults. I literally read a review where they mentioned that they had several frame drops playing it on the Switch while it was docked. And it plays fine like when you're holding it, but when you connect it to your TV, they experience frame drops, and they still gave it a 10. It's like, that's just a serious issue. That game should be like an 8 now, because you just can't experience it well. Like, people panned Batman for having issues on the PC, even though it's a great game. It's a fun game, but
people want a good Zelda game.
Yeah, and it's
is the problem. Everyone wants to give it a 10 naturally.
Yeah, it's not a Zelda game from what I've heard. It's
like a Skyrim type deal.
The game is, you get all of the items in the first, kind of like a tutorial zone, but without Zelda tutorials. You just fuck around for a few hours and you get every item in the game. And then you just go into a huge open world and do stuff until you think you're strong enough to beat the main bad guy. And that's the game.
So is there even tempos?
Yes, but that's actually something else they mentioned in the review, but still gave it a 10, is that you feel less, you care less about each individual like dungeon because you don't get you
audio.
don't get great items from them. Like you're not getting a new cool item that you're going to use for the rest of the game. You get like, because items break now and there's crafting. And so they're like, I'm fucking terrible at this fight. So you get like crafting resources sometimes in a dungeon from the chest, and you're like, I don't feel like this was as meaningful as getting an item.
That's a very Final Fantasy thing, though.
Yeah.
You know, just that's a very like RPG thing. It's just getting.
Well, it's just an
from
RPG
chests.
at this point. It's got crafting and cooking and shit.
I never liked.
It's just like a survival game. Apparently, it's really hard too. Like you just straight die a lot.
I never particularly liked having to repair things in games. I always thought that was dumb.
Yeah, it's annoying. There are some games where I'll accept it because they're dedicated to like making it. I don't want to say realistic because no game is realistic.
If it's a survival game, I get it.
Like in 7 Days to Die, I know why there's.
Yes, no, that makes sense. But it's something like Diablo, right?
Yeah.
Like I just.
It's just a waste.
Fucking dumb.
Well, it's just a waste of time because it takes nothing. You just pay gold and it's repaired. Right, and that's like what's
the time based.
What's the point?
Yeah.
The Witcher's got a little bit of that, and it's a little it's annoying.
Yeah. I think crafting can be good. What I like about Final Fantasy Crystal Bear Saga, so you never have to craft things that are like really the best items, you know? Mm-hmm. You craft like side shit, like bows or swords that have like an extra ability or a certain thing. And they're fun to fuck around with because you get different abilities from them and stuff, but they're never like, you don't have to be like, oh, I gotta find all these fucking resources to craft my mithril bow, right?
Yeah.
No, you're just like, yeah, I need to get, if I want like the super angel bow that heals me when I hit things, then that's not even that great, but yeah, it heals you. Then you have to kill this fucking bird thing and get some feathers and shit.
I think games like Far Cry have pretty interesting crafting systems because it's just like hunt animals, but it doesn't give you like a specific. Here's literally where the animal is. Just go kill this and you're good. It's just like there are animals in this area. If you find them, you probably want to kill them because you might not find them later.
Yeah.
And it can be interesting, but there comes a point near the end of the game where you're like, okay, but I just need all the best stuff now, and it just takes forever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to get up this. Sorry. It's just the button.
Yeah, I just don't care about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I don't have an interest in playing it. I'm not excited for it. I just don't really care about it.
Yeah, people love it. I'm sure in a few months we'll get a bunch of people hating it.
I mean, yeah, it's like, if you enjoy it, that's fucking great. I'm sure it's probably pretty good. I just don't care.
It's actually interesting because Aaron Hansen tweeted that it's his favorite Zelda since Link to the Past.
Really?
Which is interesting because it's, I don't know, it's just, he usually is pretty salty about 3D Zelda.
Yeah. Psycho said that he's going to be playing every game on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tweeted today, why did I decide to do this?
Well, the other thing is that the Switch it doesn't have any content yet. It has like
more than you'd expect.
But it has like
not good.
4 launch titles.
Yeah.
And you only care about Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm sure that their Switch game, whatever, their Nintendo Land, Wii Sports, whatever the fuck it is, for the Switch is going to be good, because usually those are pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be crazy.
I guess my problem with Zelda with Breath of the Wild from. Actually, I saw a couple reviews.
Yeah.
Watched like Psycho talk about it, and just from what I've seen from preview, just what it seems like to me, or like one review, but it's kind of thing that makes me like.
Oh, this is actually a really. Oh look, it's Batman. There he is. It's Batman.
Isn't that Killer Croc?
No, we're Killer
No,
Croc.
we're
This
Killer
is
Croc.
Batman.
That's Batman. Yeah.
He's got a cool outfit. This is actually a really cool scene. Because you're just stuck.
Yeah.
But it's not like a cutscene or whatever. You just have to kind of like figure a way
So
out
is
while
Arkham
he's
Knight
talking.
on the side of the bad people, or just not on either side?
He's not on any side.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true. He's a bad guy. He's working with Scarecrow, but he doesn't really care about Scarecrow's goals. He's just doing it because he hates Batman.
Yeah.
Or hates Killer Croc, sorry.
Yeah. He is Batman.
Yeah.
So he hates himself, actually, so that's why he's doing it.
Okay, well, we're a little over time. So next time...
When we come back, I'll tell you what I was going to say about Breath of the Wild or something.